Yes, Namaskar to everybody. Shall we start the program? Amay Kumar ji? Yes, yes, Principal Dr. Xavier sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Namaskar. We will start the program.
Yes,
It's
sir.
11 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Namaskar and good morning to everybody. Welcome to this webinar on best practices adopted by A++ HEIs. Our director, Dr. S.C. Sharma ji, my good colleagues, advisors, deputy advisors, assistant advisors, consultants, and the panelists for this webinar from St. Joseph College, and dear participants. Uh, in this, basically in this series of webinar, this is the fourth such webinar which is being provided. It is providing an opportunity for the institutions to gain something very special related to the best practices adopted by the various institutions who have secured A++. The whole intention is a very noble one. It is an idea from our NAAC and specifically from our director S.C. Sharma ji that the institution all over the country should be beneficial from some innovative ideas which are being adopted by the HAs who has secured A++ in our NAAC-ANA process. There are actually a handful of HAs only. It is possible that the repetition might be there, but of course, some are the new things, the way they do it, you will be able to learn so many things from them. Yesterday, I felt that I should share with you. Yesterday, while reading one of the article in newspaper from Amitabh Kantji, the CEO of our Niti Aayog, he was talking about the number of higher education institutions in our country and the number of villages and all that. I felt that I should share with you because the need of the hour. Friends, we have something around 51,649 institutions with us. And it has 14,60,299 teachers and 37.4 million of students. With this number of asset, what he was talking about that the numbers of villages, that is 2,50,000 number of villages is with and this higher education institution are maximum located in villages. That is in rural area, 60.53% of our institution are in rural area. The whole concept is we are moving ahead. The government itself is provoking very nicely about Atmanirbhar Bharat. And here lies the crux. Here lies the responsibility with our higher education institutions, which are big in number. The number is so big that is the second largest higher education system. And even the number of students also, you can compare it. It is as good as population of Canada. It's so much big. And all this is, of course, related with the quality which is being provided in that institution, because accordingly the stakeholders will be, the replica will be. And this quality in higher education institution basically is related with something which enhances the capacity of student to act progressively, and it helps them to think innovative, and in addition to teachers also innovative in the form of where the society can develop, where there can be enhancement of economy. So now what comes the best practices, because quality best practice is also the part of one of the very important component of this quality in higher education. Now we believe that best practice in higher education should be innovative, radical and out of box thing. And one again very important thing, it can be, of course it has to be related with our 7 criteria, and those are core functions of higher education institutions. And this all should relate. See, I am relating, chain system is related with the sustainable development concept, how it is beneficial to the society at large. Okay, and these have 4 things: that sustainable development, that is the economy, infrastructure, system, demography and demand. And friends, today it is an opportunity for all you stakeholders of higher education to gain some or the other thing whatsoever, because this institution is very old one, it has lots of good things within it. The detail about this institution will be explained, specifically the presenters, about the presenters will be explained by our Dr. Pratibha ji, because we have our as a presenter the principal of the college, Dr. M. Xavier ji, and the IQC coordinator, Dr. S. Alfred, who are going to present today on the best practice adopted by their institution. So after their presentation, it will be followed by a question answer session. We participate in it. You have to raise the hand in the virtual from the portal itself. Have any query, you can, of course, and the institution is ready to have an interaction with you. They are very much anxious to share their knowledge. After that, we will be moving ahead with the end of the session vote of thanks, which will be shared by our Dr. Vinita Sahu. So in this way, in the crisp, in this 2-hour session, we will be learning a lot from the institution of a great importance. One line I will be sharing, and then I will hand over the things to Dr. Pratibha to talk about the presenters. And that line is something very important which all our stakeholders should understand. It is about daily routine. And what it states that whatever we do on a daily basis, even though imperfectly done, will bring far better results than what you do perfectly but on irregular basis. So what does this mean, friends? It means a little bit of quality upgradation daily. Yes, a little bit of quality upgradation daily will bring a big difference in the overall achievement of quality in higher education system in your institution. So take the benefit of this webinar, friends. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Pratibha to introduce the presenters and request them to for the presentation. Yes, over to you, Dr. Pratibha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Devendra Kavre, for setting up the initial tone for this today's webinar. Today, we have two speakers from St. Joseph College, which is an autonomous college belonging to Tiruchirappalli. The first speaker of today's webinar is Dr. M. Arokia Swami Xavier ji, and he is basically holding a charge of principal since 2018. And he was basically a former principal of Loyola College, and he basically took over that particular charge for the period of 2016 to 18. And he is having a teaching and research experience of about 20 years, and guided many PhD thesis and MPhil degrees. And then he is having presently the total research projects, major research projects one, and he's basically a chief editor for the Indian Historical Studies, and he has authored several books, authored 9 books and basically 38 publications. He has published in various national international journals, and also provided consultancy services to the many organizations. Then he visited for academic pursuit purposes to many various countries such as Canada, USA, Italy, Australia, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, and many more. So now the second speaker for today's webinar is Dr. S. Alfred Cecil Raj, and he is having a administrative distinctiveness. He held many very charges such as Controller of Examination for St. Joseph College, and served as Ambassador for Paramarsh Scheme, Nodal Officer for NIRF, and Dean Faculty of Sciences for St. Joseph College for the year 2007 to 10, and also provided many assessors and consultancy services, and has got published 53 research articles in refereed journals, and guided 6 PhD theses, and is having a research projects funded by external bodies, 3 minor and 1 major research projects he is presently having, and has received many awards such as Best Teacher Award and Cash Award for Best Research Publications, and basically he belongs to physics. So we welcome you, sir. I invite both the speakers to go ahead with their presentation, and thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
So, dignitaries from the NAAC who organized this webinar, distinguished and learned participants from different parts of India, dear officials of various colleges and universities from different parts of India, and friends, good morning to you all. We are very happy to share our best practices with you. Our sincere appreciation to the NAAC officials for organizing this meaningful seminar in an excellent way. We just watched few of the seminars. They were organized in a wonderful way. Our sincere appreciation to you all. Also, our sincere appreciation to the NAAC for the new manual which has come out with in a very scientific way and objective way, from which we have learnt a lot, particularly institutionalization and documentation process. I would like to thank my core team, ably coordinated by Dr. Alfred Cecil Raj, the former Dean and IQAC. This team worked hard to get this highest grade. I am proud of them. Dear professors, I would like to highlight some of these special and unique features of our college as I present the best practices here before you. St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli is the first Catholic institution in India, started by the French Jesuits 176 years ago in 1844. This is one of the first colleges to have the Natural History Museum inside the college campus. And ours was one of the first among the 8 colleges to get autonomy from the UGC in the year 1978. Our college also is a college with potential for excellence, which we got in the first phase itself. And St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli is the only special heritage college in the Zero region of the UGC, awarded by the UGC. And we are very happy to have these special unique features. Of course, we have got some unique features also. The college was the first college to start Shepherd program, that is the extension program of its kind in India itself. The college is proud to have some special heritage buildings with a magnificent French architecture, which you would see later. The college has also got very strong research trust with 395 PhD scholars doing their research work. And our Arupe library, which is a digitalized one, is one of the best in the South India, which has, besides nearly 5,000 rare books. The Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board selected our college as one of the ambient air quality monitoring stations. Now, last year, we are proud to share this information with you. Impatiens Josephia, a new plant, was named after St. Joseph's College in recognition to our educational services in India for the past 176 years. The UGC has recognized our college as a mentee institution under the scheme of Pramash 2019. We also have a common instrumentation center which has higher-end equipment, offers consultancy services to nearly 500 higher education institutions in South India, particularly in Tamil Nadu. As you know, the college offers diversified program. Our college total strength is 7,446. We conduct 65 programs in 21 departments. Students from 5 countries and 21 states are studying their programs here. As care of a person, that is cura personalis, is our aim. The college attempts to provide the integral formation to our students. We not only educate, but we give them formation from the start till they leave the place. From admission to placements, special care for the socially and economically backward and disadvantaged sections of society is given all over throughout the programs. And of course, all the Jesuit institutions are following the preferential option for the poor. We also follow the same thing irrespective of caste, creed, and other distinctions. For us, the quality means attempt to provide the best to the least. Dear learned participants and officials, the college has formed and produced hundreds of illustrious alumni. We are proud of them. Our illustrious alumni shine in various fields. Ministers of the center and state, renowned statesmen, members of legislative assembly, army officials, judges, scientists, journalists, and industrialists, entrepreneurs, ambassadors, advisors to the government, educationists, vice chancellors, authors, sportsmen, and media celebrities, of course, along with the religious dignitaries from this illustrious institution. In that way, St. Joseph's Trichapalli has been helping the country in the nation building throughout its history. We have produced a number of committed freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for the country. This is the overview of my presentation. Now I have given the significant milestones and we will go through these aspects. Our institution is 176-year-old institution, which is an aided institution. It's a private institution. It's a minority institution and autonomous institution. Of course, it is a minority institution, but it caters to the needs of all the people, all the students who come from various backgrounds, whether caste or creed, we don't mind. We select people from all walks of life. We have 7 schools, which we'll be discussing it later. We have 21 departments in the college. We run 65 programs, 16 of them are 16 UG departments and 2 BVOC programs are conducted. 18 PG programs are there along with 1 diploma program. 15 departments are conducting PhD research program. These are the significant milestones of our college, St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli. It was started in the year 1844 at Nagapattinam, a coastal town of Tamil Nadu. So which means even before the university system came into existence in India, in Tamil Nadu, it was started. And it was affiliated to Madras University in 1866. And of course, all the significant milestones are there. At 78, we were granted autonomy. 82, it was affiliated to the Bharadasan University. Now it is our parent university. Now 2000, our college was accredited with 5-star status by the NAAC. We introduced in 2001 the choice-based credit system. And in 2004, the college became a college with potential for excellence. It was conferred by the UGC. And the other credentials are there. And 2015, we also got DPT Star College status and DST FIST at level O. 2016, our college was awarded with the Special Heritage College status. And of course, we also got the approval for the indoor stadium. And in 2018, we were happy to celebrate the Dodran's bicentennial celebrations in a very grand scale. That is 175-year celebrations what were conducted. And just last year, our college was re-accredited and with A++ grade in the 4th cycle in the new manual. Now, as already I explained to you, we have number of illustrious alumni starting from our former President of India, His Excellency Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and Professor G.N. Ramachandran, a renowned scientist, physicist, nominated for the Nobel Prize. Reverend Father Jerome D'Souza was our alumnus. He was member in the Indian delegation to the UNO and member in the Indian Constituent Assembly, which framed the Indian Constitution. Sri N. Gopal Swami was studying here. He was a former chief election commissioner in New Delhi. Sri M. Damodaran, former chairman, SEBI, and we also have a number of justices, like Honorable Justice C. Nagappan, Judge of Supreme Court, Honorable Justice Ibrahim Halibullah, Judge Supreme Court, and number of illustrious alumni adorn the college. We also have the Major M. Saravanan, who gave his life for the country, and he was also awarded by the government with Veer Chakra Award. And these are the prominent illustrious alumni that the college has produced. And we also, the list goes on, as you see here in the slide. And we also have number of vice chancellors who studied here in our college, like Dr. Inyasi Muthu, former vice chancellor of Paradiyar University and Madras University, and of course other vice chancellors are there. So these are some of the vice chancellors who studied here, who are formed here. So we are proud of them. At present, we have Dr. B. Murugesan, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Annamalai University, Chidambaram. So this is our vision and mission. Our vision is to form, through intellectual inquiry and experiential learning, globally competent, committed, and holistic persons to become men and women in the service of others and empowered to live and promote just and humane life. So the following is our mission statement. So, to foster a learning environment wherein students of diverse background can develop their unique gifts and build competencies through reflection, service, and creation of knowledge. So three core areas we concentrate, that is reflection. So they are trained in critical thinking pattern, and they're also trained in service mind, and also they're also trained in creating knowledge. To serve continually as a university college of holistic learning and demonstrate the best practices with innovative and value-driven pedagogy. To make significant contributions in higher education through teaching, training, and research. These are our goals and objectives. To promote academic excellence in teaching and research. To bring out diversity and flexibility in the courses and patterns of university education, which will suit the talents and abilities of the students and bring out the best in them, keeping in mind the needs of the society it seeks to serve. So we encourage innovation, especially in three areas: in the syllabus, in the methodology of teaching, and evaluation. We also here to develop skills of communication and self-study. So these are goals and objectives. To strive towards the excellence of the socially and academically disadvantaged among the students through remedial and flexible courses. To arouse in students a sense of social justice, responsibility, compassion, sensitivity, and concern for the poor and the disadvantaged through participation in the Shepherd program, which I mentioned just a few minutes back. To inculcate in the students through courses in ethics or religion, basic moral, social, and spiritual values necessary for building up character and developing personality. So these are the perspective plans derived from our vision and mission statements. The perspective plans derived from the vision and mission of the college are fostering a learning environment suitable for holistic development, building employment and entrepreneurship competencies through experiential learning, propagating and practicing social justice by admitting socially and economically disadvantaged society, students in the society, accompanying the academically disadvantaged students through remedial courses, sustaining quality and diversity in teaching, training, and research, infusing the values of diversity, social commitment, natural integration, and environmental consciousness, etc., developing curriculum that builds global competencies, infusing values which encourage lifelong openness to learning and growth, and ensuring care and concern for each student through mentoring. Now, coming to the best practices, this is the first best practice that we would like to highlight. Education and training in nature conservation and eco-development. Dear learned participants, this is the learning environment and context that I would like to highlight to you in the first practice. In the context of fast depleting forest across the globe and the resultant global warming and other effects, our college undertook the initiative of educating the students about the need and the relevance of eco-conservation in a systematic manner. What are the objectives for this program? Now, these are the objectives that we had: to sensitize the students on nature conservation and eco-responsibility, to provide exposures to biodiversity hotspots and eco-friendly human life, to equip the students with strategies for preservation and conservation of nature, to introduce among the students the concept of pay, learn, serve scheme. So these are the objectives that we have for this best practice, that is the conservation of nature and ecology. What is the process? The college is a pioneer in offering curriculum-based outreach program to the students since 1985. As you know, ours was the first college to start the outreach program, which I mentioned just before, that is Shepherd program. We adopt number of villages, and through that we conduct this program. The outreach program has been undergoing changes in structure, composition, and activities in the recent past. Though we had for the past more than 35 years, recently we had an evaluation and that came out very well. So in the evaluation, the evaluators suggested to have changes in all the aspects. So the college frequently conducts a 3-day education and training in nature conservation and eco-development in collaboration with Anglad Institute of Natural History, Kodaikanal, for students. Dear learned participants and officials, we have a college in Shembaganur in Kodaikanal, which has Anglad Institute of Natural History. That is a specialized unit which trains students on this aspect. That is a specialty of that unit, that Anglad Institute, and we have a tie-up program with them, and we take our students to the hills for this program. you can just see you can watch this program. Yeah, next, no, let it be. After this, Sarah has to come in. Yeah, second. This is the end. After that, after this practice. No, let it go. It's going on. Yes.
Sir, there is no voice for this video.
It is going on. Oh no. Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Now, planning. Yeah. Are you able to hear this on program, Professor?
Yes, please proceed. We can hear you. Now you can proceed.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now, planning and mode of implementation. A 3-day live-in camp for the students of all departments is organized in their own adopted villages. As part of the camp activity, awareness programs on nature, conservation, and eco-development are conducted. This program is usually a platform to identify the second-year students who are interested in ecological conservation and to finalize the participants for the field training at AINH, that is Anglad Institute of Natural History. Annually, around 500 students attend this program. Now, this is the schedule of this program. This very, very useful program for our students. Once they attend this program, they are really changed a lot. Their attitude is changed. You see the program, the first day, introductory lectures on global environmental issues and strategies are explained. Exposure to the richness of the flora and fauna, orchids, ferns, flower garden, lead garden, and indigenous vegetations which are maintained by the center itself through guided visits. So as they complete the first day, they have evaluation, and when they come to the second day, the experts, they give inputs and analysis on environmental issues and strategies in India and the conservation of forest and wildlife through eco gallery, library, and video clippings. Outdoor exposures through field trips to Upper Palani Hills of Western Ghats is arranged. Chola in situ and ex situ conservation, importance of check dams, etc. are shown to them. The first-hand information and experience, field experience is arranged for them. At the end of the day, participants are divided into groups for organizing cultural programs on the importance of nature conservation. When they complete the second day, once again, the third day, experts talk on roots zone, cleaning system, smokeless chulas, and water conservation, all those things. Strategy development sessions also are there to evolve strategies for transfer of the knowledge gained during the field visit to the people of the adopted villages. At the end of the program, every student takes a pledge to protect, preserve, and promote nature. So this is a wonderful program which students themselves experience, and they come and share their experiences with us, with the faculty, with the management, and of course with the fellow students. Now coming to the overall impact of the program, at the three levels one could see the impact on the students. Now individual level, secondly campus level, and of course at the third level, community level also, you could see the change. The enhanced awareness about the urgency of protecting the environment is felt. And attitudinal changes towards campus cleanliness is there. Preparation of promotional videos and individual and group levels by the participants on eco-conservation and for screening in the adopted villages with the help of the visual communication department. Dear learned participants, we have visual communication departments which helps our students, these students, to prepare video shows to be screened in our shepherd villages, which are adopted by the college. Coming to the campus level, students manage herbal garden is there at the college campus, and they are maintaining herbal gardens at the college farm also is there. We have a farm outside the city. Our students are sent to the farm for the work in the farm, and they are very happy to work in the herbal garden. Two plant conservatories in the college campus are there, and they also preserve those two conservatories. And students, those who were sent to the program, are busy preparing seed balls to be planted in their adopted villages or even in their own villages. Now coming to the third level, that is the community level. Students organize trips for self-help groups, farmers, and panchayat representatives of the adopted villages to Anglad Institute of Natural History. So once we take our students there to the Anglad Institute of Natural History, when they have experience, when they transform, in turn, they themselves are organizing such programs for the farmers in the adopted villages. Now, community level herbal garden and tree plantation, they are busy. Of course, multi-variety tree plantation is done. School level herbal garden and tree plantation is organized by the students themselves, those who are going to the villages. Knowledge sharing with the school children is taken place. Now, kitchen garden also, they are busy with that. So now we also have to revisit for betterment. Of course, we have few constraints. Some of the constraints are here. Field training plans clashing with academic schedule of the college, as you know. Constraints relating to availability of program slots at the center in Kodaikanal. Inability of the institution to sponsor the cost of the training program of all the interested but poor students. Availability of own transport could improve student participation. Financial assistance by the state is required for capacity building at the center for accommodating more participants. So this is about the first practice. So now may I request Dr. Alfred Cecil Raj to present the rest of the best practices which you are going to listen.
Thank you, Father. Let me continue the rest of the practices before Father takes up the conclusive and futuristic direction of the college. The second best practice is the curriculum embedded soft skills program. The history of the soft skills program, let me introduce the history of this. A patent attribute of St. Joseph's College, Trichy, is social responsibility and care for the community. Most colleges endeavor to make a positive contribution to the underprivileged communities by supporting a wide range of socio-economic and primarily educational initiatives. Here is an initiative, we have called it as JAS, Joseph's Academy of Soft Skills, an initiative which has its origin in the academic year 2008-9 that addresses several human resources issues as plain as education to employment and progression, ensuring employability, activity-based learning, individualized learning plan, making study exciting and generating interest, enthusiasm and success are some of our priorities. We launched this program for first PG students from the academic year 2012-13 till date as a 4-credit interdepartmental course. For third UG students, a certificate program on the soft skills was organized from 2014 to 16, and then it is converted as a 2-credit from 2016 onwards. JAS approach revealed that there is a wide gap between the expectations of the employers and preparedness of the students. JAS has adopted an approach that fills the gap to some degree, a 2-dimensional approach. Preparation of fresh graduates with employability skills which just don't comprise areas such as successfully cracking interviews in panels or writing resume, but several other programs such as video shooting of group discussion presentations with the full audio video systems on stage, classes in audio video rooms, and online examinations provide a realistic experience to our students. Second dimension is it involves the corporate in our cycle, which ensures clarity pertaining to the gaps they currently face. This approach has assisted us in further refining our programs as per the industry requirement. Hence, the main objectives of JAS is to provide a focused training on soft skills for students in colleges for better job opportunity, to create an interface between industries and educational institutions and make a better living at home, industry and the world, enable the youth to compete and secure a place in a national and international job market, to enhance, sharpen the required skills among the graduates and make them employable to reach to reach out other institutions to train faculty and students on soft skills. Thus, the main objectives of the practice starts when the college by choice admitted more first generation learners, the poor and the marginalized, and it had a great responsibility to provide additional care for the overall development of the students. It thus embarked on the mission of imparting soft skills along with core courses for holistic development and better placement prospects. Hence, the objective of the soft skill program is to provide an intensive and sustained training on soft skills for improving the job prospects of the students. To acquaint the students with the intricacies of the corporate world and the work-life balance. Thirdly, to create an interface between industries and educational institutions. The context in 2013-14, the governing body deliberated on industry readiness of the outgoing students in detail, especially in the context of the presence of large number of students from vernacular medium with rural backgrounds, and thus issued a directives to the management to strengthen curriculum embedded soft skills training for all the students. Subsequently, the principal commissioned a study committee for providing soft skills in a structured manner through curriculum. The committee was empowered to suggest specific modifications to be made in teaching learning process, evaluation pattern, and learning resources. The committee suggested the formation of an academy to look after all the aspects of soft skill training to the students. Sequel to the recommendations, Joseph's Academy was created into an exclusive center of the college to design, develop, and implement the curriculum, prepare course modules and instructional materials, and organize faculty training. The practice. The modules included in the soft skill program are effective communication, resume writing and interview, group discussion and team building, personal effectiveness, numerical ability, and test of reasoning. As a first step, the faculty members from different departments were chosen and provided intensive training in the modules allotted to them in 3 phases. So far, the academy has trained 56 staff in different modules. To begin with, soft skills was taught as 4-credit compulsory interdepartmental courses for all the postgraduate students during the same class timings. A centralized timetable prepared to enable the faculty handle soft skills classes for 21 batches of PG students drawn from different departments. Each batch normally comprises 25 to 30 students in shift 1 and 25 students in shift 2. The faculty handle the modules in which they received training and are prepared with gadgetry support for effective teaching learning. Each module is to be completed within 4 sessions of 2 hours each, and the whole program is completed in 24 sessions. The interactive student-centric participative learning is the nucleus of soft skill training in the college. In 2013, Jazz Academy brought out an activity-based textbook entitled Winners in the Making, an introduction to soft skill to facilitate the participative learning. As per the advice of the committee, a unique and exclusive assessment pattern was introduced for evaluating the skill gained by the students through soft skill program. The performance is measured through internal assessment only. In this, 60% weightage is for skill assessment and 40% weightage for the computer-based comprehensive assessment in the case of PG. For UG, it is 50% each for the skill assessment and comprehensive assessment. Based on the experience gained, the scope of soft skill program was widened to cover the UG students from 2016 onwards. A different curriculum was adopted for UG due to constraints in finding adequate class hours, infrastructure facilities, and trained faculty to accommodate students in batches. Initially, soft skill program was conducted for UG students as a certificate course outside the class hours. Due to encouraging response from students, it was embedded into the curriculum as a 2-credit course in 2016-17. In order to meet the specific needs of UG students, modifications have been made in the course content and assessment pattern. JAS has brought out a customized book on soft skills entitled Straight from the Trades, Securing Soft Skills Exclusively for UG Students with exercise for activity-based learning. So this slide tells about the various professors handling classes, how we couple the students from different disciplines, and how the faculty members will be engaging in the class hours, and every class will be 2 hours, continuous 2 hours, so that the activities can be easily performed continuously if the classes are continuously present. And on the right hand side, we have the customized textbooks, the instructional materials prepared by the faculty members. Since the soft skills program is offered as a part of the curriculum, the efficacy of the program could not be measured directly, and thus indirect measures are used for its evaluation. These are: campus placement showed significant increase after the introduction of curriculum embedded soft skills. Annual surveys and open forum interactions reported positive feedback about the usefulness of the program. 68 programs were conducted in addition to the regular classes to meet the rising demands for this program. 56 faculty underwent mandatory training in 3 phases conducted at different intervals. Roughly 4,000 PG students and 8,000 UG students have attended the soft skill training program in the assessment period. Soft skills faculty conduct training programs for the corporate and educational institutions, and also they write books on soft skills. Since the batch size restricted to 25 per class, infrastructure inadequacy is an issue. In spite of that, management is kind enough to support with additional laptops and LCDs to take the classes with e-gadgets. Due to large strengths in UG classes, batch-wise teaching could not be introduced as we follow in postgraduates. The first generation learners have difficulties in coping with programs taught for all the regular classes in the convenient classroom setup. Activity-based exercises could not be conducted in full-fledged manner. In spite of that, we fix the big halls and big rooms earlier and make use of those classrooms and halls for group activities. Availability of time slots in computer lab is also a constraint when we do the comprehensive examinations, the computer-based testings. But we do that exercise during off hours. Fixation of uniform class timings and allotment of faculty create coordination issues with the departments. In spite of that, we resolve that issues because when some institutions would like to carry out this process, integrating that in the curriculum itself will create a lot of issues like this. So establishment of separate training center with arrangement suitable for activity-based exercise is bound to enhance the program efficacy. Coming to the next practice, the decentralization and participative management. The college started its journey way back in 1844 with a single student and 3 Jesuit teachers. Today it has 7,000 plus students, including 400 PhD scholars, 21 departments under 7 schools with 295 faculty members. Due to the increase in number of students in UG and PG research programs, the college felt the need to have one more layer in the organizational structure to ease and streamline the routine administrative activities of top level officials, including the principal and the secretary. One of the recommendations of the peer team members of Cycle 3 is to organize the departments into a school system that has been meticulously planned from the academic year 12-13. Thus, consequently, the school system was contemplated and recommended by the governing body as an effective mechanism for decentralized the administrative decision-making process. Thus, the then Vice Chairman highlighted the importance of school system which empowers the staff and students on various avenues such as knowledge, skills, and values, tailoring the academic programs to 2 layers of our students, community, slow learners and fast learners. Event interdisciplinary and interdependent initiatives, instilling decentralized activities and administrative autonomy, academic accountability of the department and individual faculty, greater participation and transparency in the institutional planning and governance decision, evaluation and follow-up, facilitating innovation and creativity, and creating a flexible learning environment for slow and fast learners by having national networking and global connectivity. So this concept has brought us to redefine our choice-based credit system, though the college has introduced the choice-based credit system for UG and PG since 2001. As per NAAC, the Tamil Nadu State Council for Higher Education and the parent university, namely the Bharatidasan University, by incorporating the uniqueness and integrity of the college. Hence, the concept of school system promoted much better flexibility, mobility, interdepartmental connections, etc. Therefore, college has started with a new curricular framework incorporating the choice-based credit system, which is planned very thoroughly in 2013-14 and implemented in 14-15 by integrating related disciplines under one roof. At the beginning, the 5 schools were formed under an umbrella to academic needs of interrelated disciplines while retaining the identity of the departments and reinforcing their autonomy by keeping in focus the career prospects of the students. Accordingly, the curricular design emphasizes on skill-based and job-oriented courses on demand in order to empower the student community to face the global demands of the 21st century. The schools are aiming at facilitating optimal exploitation of resources, human and material flexibility of the courses, movement of students with their choice of courses and credits, inter and intra-departmental, for promotion of horizontal mobility. Credit transfer across disciplines by strengthening the choice-based credit system along with the existing curricular structure imposed by TANSHE and other higher bodies. human excellence in a specialized area, trust in internship and or project as a lead towards research. And hence, our curriculum becomes a model curriculum encompassing an multidiscipline approach to cater the needs of the recruiting industry. Whereas in 2014, the college embarked on the introduction of school system at the institutional level to provide cross-discipline exposure and multi-skills through lateral mobility across different disciplines for augmenting employment and self-employment opportunities. This is very well matching with the new educational policy draft proposed recently. The special features of the school system, such as self-paced courses, interdisciplinary courses, compulsory internships and project work, massive open online courses, comprehensive examinations, skill-based electives, core elective, choices in the core subjects in select departments, and extra credit courses ensure that the curriculum stays relevant and meets the dynamic needs of the society at large. So many of you may wonder that whether all these things are not available in their curriculum. But according to our understanding in our region, many courses such as self-paced courses, compulsory internships, and comprehensive examinations, core elective options between the departments of related departments are not promoted. Besides that, the experience and knowledge gained through our 4 decades of autonomy and 2 decades of choice-based credit system enabled the college move forward from a school system in 14 as a prelude to become university and to percolate administrative and academic autonomy down to different levels of the institution. Hence, the goals are dynamic school system with internal autonomy, academic excellence, skill acquisition, social and ethical concerns, global competence, cross-discipline expertise, entrepreneurial intent and skills. The process of implementation, in which empowering school deans by delegating decision-making authority. So the school deans are empowered to change their inbuilt pattern of the curriculum based on their freedom and also explore the various possibilities of offering self-based courses and core electives and global needs of courses related to global needs. Similarly, they can offer interdisciplinary courses between school electives, within school and between schools, as well as offering extra credit courses will also be possible. In that way, the academic excellence could be achieved. The priority is given to the skill acquisition in every department, either in terms of intra-departmental version as well as interdepartmental mode. And we also give priority and importance to social and ethical concern in designing and incorporating various courses like EVS, computer literacy, the human rights, like that, and also similar courses will be introduced in their core curriculum as well. Because of these changes introduced and multitasking is expected among the students and faculty, we have made automations wherever possible, like reformations, evaluation reformations are introduced, freedom is given to different schools. Hence, this promotes e-resources for different courses. So strengthening e-resources will also be promoted, and certain online courses are part of the units in the syllabus are also be promoted in the online pattern. And this slide talks about the various schools, and exclusively business management school and MBA school. It functions like a exclusive B school, which has got its own autonomy functioning in our institution. And besides that, the other primary 5 schools, then 7th school is a vocational school. This slide also tells you about how many new programs are added in the last 40 years of autonomy. Hence, the element of school system gives lot of new initiatives through promoting skill-based electives, internships and projects, hands-on training through compulsory internships, automations in various areas in offering the courses as well as in the examination management system, promoting e-resources, and it is hosted in the college website for repeated referencing. Thus, the choice-based credit system within the school system has created students and faculty to widen their horizon to learn further and improve their knowledge skill in different related disciplines. Hence, it has created 211 new electives, 50 self-paced courses, 36 IDCs for PG programs. And when new innovations are created, the knowledge transfer is very much needed. Therefore, the management has created a top-up skill program for the faculty in order to enhance their knowledge to teach a new content or new syllabus which they have formulated in their curriculum. Because of this additional teachers, more than 570 students only from arts and science departments have joined in the companies, besides the MBA and other computer science departments. Roughly 5,000 students, 5,000 plus students underwent for the internships, and already we had 20 MOUs. More MOUs have been signed within this because of this additional work, and we would be able to achieve 31st position in 2020 NIRF and 38th position in 2019. Thus, the overall impact, including MBA and computer science students, we were about to have 2,000 students placed, and more number of courses, common courses, self-paced courses, value addition courses, within school electives and between school electives have been created. Besides that, the foreign collaborations with other foreign collaborations with the institutes like Concordia, Fusions were also signed in this period to gain international reputation. Thus, the positive impact of this school system and decentralization, teaching learning boundaries are redefined between departments. Elements of demand-based competencies are introduced among faculty. Students get cross-specialization of subject study. The enhanced mobility of faculty and students, credit sharing is done across disciplines, effective implementation of choice-based credit system, curricula through choice-based credit system through the school system formulated in St. Joseph's. The next best practice is career counseling through structured mentoring. Already Father Principal mentioned about the cura personalis, the care for the whole person is the guiding principle of the college. Therefore, this practice has got certain objectives, twofold objectives: mentoring and counseling. The objectives of the practice are to acquire the guidance from senior person to build competence in personal and professional life, to foster a learning experience in real life, and to motivate the young students to be committed to the society, to create an atmosphere for the students to listen, understand, learn, and experience empathy, to encourage changes in the attitude, feelings, and behaviors to help the students to manage their psychological problems more effectively, to identify the slow learners and organize remedial programs for them in the departmental level, recommending deserving students for breakfast, noon meal, and scholarships, and guiding the clients in their psychological, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and social realms, and thus promoting holistic view of life and helping the students to become self-reliant. The context is, in the previous census, roughly 20% of the Indian population will fall under the age group of 15 to 24. Adolescents are exposed to high risk behaviors such as drugs, alcohol abuse, teenage pregnancy, crime, suicide, sex, violence, depression, anxiety, identity crisis, and spiritual emptiness, and magnified media of 21st century. Adolescence is one of the important stages of the development through one's life. Understanding vulnerability of the teenagers of St. Joseph's College has introduced this program to enable the students to manage their problem situations in a healthy way through a tangible and strong support system such as peer mentoring, teacher mentoring, and professional counseling. This practice is aimed at helping boys and girls who in their youth go through emotional development stages. It is a common occurrence among the young students to oscillate between the healthy and unhealthy behaviors. Since they undergo a lot of rapid changes in the biological, social, psychological, emotional, behavioral, and spiritual spheres, they need someone to give them the right direction to manage all these changes easily and effectively. Hence, college counselors and their team have identified the problem areas: lack of concentration in studies and career, conflict with the parents and friends, social and economic problems, financial difficulties and part-time jobs, lack of motivation, mood disorders, depressions, anxiety, phobia, emotional issues, fear, anger, low self-esteem, etc., interpersonal living, peer pressure, friendships, problem related to alcohol, sexuality, sleep disorders, hazards of mass media and communication and misuse of ICT facilities, time management and goal settings, psychosomatic symptoms and stress management. Hence, the mentoring is a student-centric process in which the mentors offer guidance and support and encouragement. It aims to develop the attitude and behavior of the mentee. The professionally carried out mentoring program at St. Joseph's is aimed to give both formal and informal mentoring to the students to ensure pedagogical formation of the students. Regarding the formal mentoring, Counseling Center organizes formal sessions with appropriate themes depending on the needs and occasion of mentoring. Structured mentoring is organized 4 times a year. In each semester, before, mid, and after mid, 2 mentoring sessions are organized. College allots 4 working hours in a year for mentors to meet their mentees in their allotted rooms. Every year, a total number of 300 mentors plus officials are engaged in mentoring around 6,500 students. The matrix of mentoring ratio is approximately 1:23. It may fluctuate depending on the strengths of the students and teachers available. The workbook mentoring through the year is given to the students to maintain the proceedings of their meetings with their respective mentors. The workbook contains the personal profile, family profile, social profile, economic profile, and academic profile. The whole focus of mentoring is captured in the acronym BASIC ID, which stands for behavioral development, affective development, socio-cultural or spiritual development, intellectual development, cognitive development, imaginative issues, and dependent issues. Usually, the counseling center prepares a common agenda for the meeting and sends it to the department 3 days prior to the actual mentoring date. The mentors are encouraged to customize the agenda depending upon the local needs of the students. After every formal session, the report of the mentors is consolidated by the counseling center and sent to the management for further action. The informal mentoring is expected to be arranged by the respective mentors with the students once a month or as and when it is required. So training program is also important for the teachers who are going to be the mentor for the mentees. Therefore, it is customary for our institutions, for the newly recruited staff in our institution to go through an orientation program at the very beginning of the academic year. Teachers are given professional orientation on the following: mentoring objectives and uses, skills and characteristics of mentor, personal effectiveness of mentoring, problems faced by the college students. Thus, the matrix of mentoring is done to everybody. Profile of all the mentees is kept with mentors. The same mentors accompany their mentees till they complete the program. Course structured mentoring during the class hours with a staggered timing in the academic year as outlined in the college calendar. Informal meeting at least once a month during the free hours or extra hours. Consolidation of feedbacks by the counseling center and follow up by the management and the departments. The second part of this activity is psychological counseling. The personal counseling is a process where 3 professionally qualified counselors, 2 male and 1 female, engage the voluntary and referred students, parents, and teachers in the counseling center. While listening, learning, and empowering, the counseling center is committed to help with the problems, situations of life. While helping them to experience a holding environment, the client are guided to change their behaviors and put them on the road of recovery. On an average, 5,000 students, staff, and parents seek for personal counseling per year. Some selected professors from each department are also given training on the basic skills as part of counseling, as I said earlier, which involves the skills of formal and informal helpers, attending, listening, understanding skills, the art of probing and summarizing, basic empathy, psychological problems and psychiatric disorders of the teenagers, and the integrated approach to the counseling and group discussion. So the evidence of success. Evidence of success is ascertained from the feedbacks given by the students as well as by the faculty members after every formal mentoring session. A standard feedback sheet along with a theme for mentoring is sent to the mentors at least 3 days prior to the date allotted for mentoring as is informed. It is assessed on a Likert scale, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. It is found that a high scale of performance, excellent, is found to be from 75 to 80%, and 15% of the mentors report on the scale of very good, and the remaining will be in the lower side. Thus, the mentoring system promotes a good and personal rapport with the students, leading to better attendance, healthy behavior, and better performance in the academics. Mentoring and counseling remains as a bridge between the students and the management to guide them properly to complete their studies on time within the stipulated period and gain good knowledge. Counseling center connects with the parents in the case of students facing emotional and relationship problems that affect their normal functioning. Consolidated report of the mentors meeting with feedback helps the management as well as faculty members to understand certain issues. Some of the problems one can encounter with these procedures may be like building and nurturing confidence in students towards their own mentors, complacency about the peer mentoring, conservative minds of students about mentors who evaluate their academic performance, and social taboo and psychological counseling. Thus, the best practice empowers the marginalized through holistic education. So, St. Joseph's College admits students from all sections of the society and provides holistic education. Nevertheless, the college, in consonance with its vision, mission, and just with charism, is committed to provide social care for the poor and the downtrodden sections of the society. To accomplish its cherished learners alone are 3,500 in numbers, which is 46% of the total strength of the college. Prior to the commencement of its admission in every academic year, the college conducts special programs for nearly 1.5 months for the disadvantaged students nearby in various districts immediately after the board examinations, during which the aspirants are taught language skills, numerical skills, and reasoning skills to make them capable for college education. After the admission, the Equal Opportunity Center ascertains the academic and other needs of the students and initiates appropriate measures. The financial initiatives include the provisions of scholarships, free midday meals, and other concern provided to all the deserving students. Thus, the holistic platform is laid through the curricular framework in which remedial classes are given based on the performance of the students in the formative assessment. Students are shortlisted for the remedial classes in core and allied subjects. Mentoring is provided in addition to the regular classes. A special mentoring is provided to the marginalized students by the special coordinators who monitor the progress. Counseling students suffering emotional distress and cultural shocks also given importance, and other customized assistance are provided to the students on a case-by-case basis. In order to provide holistic education to all the students, but with special enunciation of the needs of the marginalized students, college adopts a multi-pronged approach which includes the bridge course for the new entrant to the college as an intensive coaching program for 100 hours soft skills training for UGPG students, which help them to self-discover, career planning and preparation for job interviews. compulsory internship program for the final UG students enabled them to learn the nitty-gritty of jobs in the real life environment. A comprehensive examination during the final semester to help the outgoing student to freshen up their knowledge and skills. Thus, the hands-on training is also promoting the students to know about the world. Hence, on the completion of their graduations, are expected to give back what they have gained in the college by serving the society. The experience of the college in the practice of preferential option for the poor showed that the marginalized students take active part in curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. Though many initiatives are undertaken to improve the academic well-being of the marginalized students, the college has been uncompromising in maintaining its academic rigor, evaluation process, and other quality standards. In a befitting manner, the UGC acknowledged the contribution of the college in nation building, as Father Principal mentioned, espousing social justice and long-standing service to the cause of education by conferring its a heritage status in institution through a national level selection process. St. Joseph's College is the only institution have been conferred with this rare honor to the whole of eastern region of India. Now I hand over the session, concluding session, to Father Principal.
Thank you, Dr. Alfred Cecil Raj. Now, I would like to highlight certain institutional values and best practices as concluding remarks. Towards this end, the college cares for curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular aspects in equal measure. The college emphasizes on educating the marginalized and downtrodden through the holistic approach in consonance with the Jesuit charism, as you listened to him and as I explained to you earlier. Though our college is predominantly a men's college, but it has 1,468 women candidates on its roll, which is nearly 1/4 of the total population. So we cater to the needs of the diversity of this country too. The facilities available for differently abled students include provision for lift, ramp, rails, braille software facilities, friendly restrooms, and scribes for examination, etc. are quite good. Soft skill training program is institutionalized by establishing a separate center and embedding the soft skill course with a curriculum. The rainwater harvesting system is in practice around every building. The water collected across the campus are diverted to a small pond meant for fish rearing. The green day of the year is an occasion for the faculty, staff, and students to use bicycles or the public transport system to commute to college. The college promotes paperless environment by employing in-house software for administration. From the start till the end, it is done online. Now, the environmental awareness creation is accorded top priority by arranging live-in programs, which we have seen just a few minutes ago for the students in the Hill Laboratory Unit of the college at Kodaikanal. So 99 extension activities organized for the betterment of local communities and 30 activities to promote universal values. So these are some of the international collaborations which you see here. So St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli is in the news, is given. And this is our future directions. So some short-term future directions are there, some long-term future directions are given here. So our short-term future directions are: 1, to strive to become a deemed to be university based on the 40 years of gainful experience as autonomous institution. To strengthen the incubation centers by allocating substantial financial, human, and physical resources to spearhead the green initiatives through enhanced solid waste management and solid solar energy utilization initiatives, to facilitate credit transfers with Indian foreign institutions, to strengthen the student exchange programs through collaborative initiatives, to reinforce the industry academia initiatives through outcome-based researches, to introduce more syllabi-embedded open online courses. Now, these are some of the future directions for long-term programs. To encourage the research departments to become centers of policy design, development, and initiation, which would encourage more people-centered and socially relevant research projects. Secondly, to establish human resource development centers through multi and interdepartment initiatives. And lastly, to empower shepherd villages, that is outreach extension villages towards sustainability. These are some of our long-term programs that those come in future directions. So you are most welcome to ask your queries. We are here to explain to you or answer to your queries. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Xavier ji. Samuel, are you available
Thank you,
there?
Professor. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Samuel, we shall proceed with the Q&A session.
I would request all the participants, if you have any queries, you may raise your hands. It's available in your interface. You can use
The
the
participants are requested to raise their hand, which is available if anybody has a query.
As of now, I am able to see a person raise their hand. I'll just unmute him. Dr. Mohinder Kaur. Dr. Mohinder Kaur.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may ask your question. Dr. Mohinder Kaur.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes, sir. I am speaking.
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
Yes.
I have heard the whole presentation and felt very happy that we have such credible colleges in our country. There are 2-3 points I want to make clear. One was the grievance redressal cell. You know, you have a big institution having so many good best practices and a lot of pressure on the students and the faculty for multitasking. So do you have solve all the problems through mentor-mentee of the students and also of the staff, or do you have some other grievance redressal cell? And another point is that you are aspiring to be deemed to be university, but according to the our new education policy, I think deemed to be university system has been eradicated, but now you can aspire to be a university either having basic research base and secondary purpose of teaching, or our basic purpose of teaching and secondary of research, because you are still guiding so many PhD students. So your autonomous college, I think, would be best for develop into a university with research. Thank you, sir. I want to clear these 2 points.
Thank you very much, madam, for your wishes and for your appreciation. And of course, We have number of PhD scholars doing research. We would like to become university, and we will take all the steps possible for that. Also, with regard to your question number one, grievances, how the grievances are solved. See, we have not brought all the best practices here in the 1.5 hour session. We have just highlighted only 4 best practices. That is why we are not able to give the whole thing which we presented to the NAAC team. Okay, fine. Of course, some more than 7,000 students are there. We are not able to address their grievances through one channel. We have different channels through which we address those grievances. For example, if a girl is, eve teasing is taking place, we have a separate cell. Okay. If a boy is, manhandles somebody or some students, okay, we have discipline committee. At the department level, at the college level, of course, at the different school level also we have such systems. So these are done. And different levels we have such grievances cell, madam. May ask, I request Dr. Cecil would like to add some more.
Yes, Father. Besides Father's statement, even in the hostels, we have the grievance committees. They will take care of any malfunctioning or misuse of student activity, misuses, and it will be handled properly. That there are different cells, as Father mentioned.
Yes, madam. Secondly, what is the second question, madam?
Developing into a deemed university, but now you should develop into full university.
Yeah. Already I mentioned. Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you for your best wishes and for your greatest yes. Thank you.
Yeah, next, Dr. Anita Machoda. Anita Machode. Dr. Anita? Dr. Anita? Dr. Anita, do you have any question? Dr. Anita?
Sir, can you hear me?
Good.
Yeah. At the outset, let me sincerely acknowledge the efforts of the Institute. Truly honored to listen to some of your insights. I'm truly impressed. My question to the panelists is, with the current transfer from the offline mode to the online mode of teaching, how did you prepare the teachers and the students for this transfer to be seamless? Question number 1. Question number 2 is, how did you ensure that there is more inclusiveness while resorting to the online medium of education? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Excellent, very good question. For asking this good question, I should be grateful to you. As you know, we have got very good ERP system here placed in our college. Our bandwidth is 200 Mbps for this college. So we have got quite a good ERP system. And we also have given some training programs for our faculty members and some training programs for our students. And also, we have one component incorporated in our CAA, continuous internal assessment conducted online mode. Already it is inbuilt. For the past 5-6 years, we have been conducting this program, this test, this online test. Plus, now during this lockdown period, we conducted online assignments, and nearly 90% of our students posted their online assignments to our ERP, to the department, respective departments. And the respective professor was able to get those assignments and send it to the ERP through the HOD and deans. And also, this semester, see, this is the first day for Tamil Nadu colleges to start online classes for this academic year. That is why some of our professors are not able to join us. Otherwise, many would have joined. This is the first day of our academic year. Our government has mentioned so to start the program academic year today. So already we have arranged few more trainings, and we are going to conduct online classes regularly for our students. Maybe to be frank with you, some students will have some problems. Of course, we understand their problems due to the connectivity, due to their problems which they face in their villages, all those things. Otherwise, from our side, we try to give the best to all the students through the training and conduct of the online teaching to our students through our faculty members. I mean, all the faculty members are familiar with this program. Surely within 2 or 3 days, once again, today the first day of their training, tomorrow second day of their training, because this is the fourth training which we organize. And during this lockdown period, more than 100 webinars, e-conferences, e-quizzes, and departmental activities are conducted through online mode. Almost every department has organized one or two good programs. From the college also, we organized one FDP program for the colleges on the NAAC aspects. Yeah. So this is with regard to how we equip our college on the online areas.
Good answer, Father. Good answer.
Supplement.
Yeah, I would like our Dr. Cecil to supplement some points.
To supplement father's points, there are good number of faculty members are certified teachers in the Edmodo platform and the Moodle platform, and they have been taking classes in this online mode in the regular time as well. And during the lockdown time, some faculty members have acted as resource person, how to make use of this online mode of teaching, learning, evaluation through different platforms. Hence, we have experienced teachers as well as trained teachers are available to carry out this online process.
Yeah. Any other queries, Professor?
Samuel?
Sir, no one else has raised their hands. I will ask the participants if you have any queries. This might be the last chance you may ask it. So one more person has raised, Daniel Chalke. Daniel Chalke, you may ask your question. You.
Good afternoon, sir. Vanakkam to the people from St. Joseph's College. As a fellow Tamil Nadu professor, I greet you all and I thank you for making such an extensive presentation, sir. It is wonderful to hear from other educators in the state how well that you are contributing towards the national growth of education. Sir, my question to you is regarding the add-on courses and informal mentoring, these two aspects. Now, we are in the new normal, but let us see before this, we have seen that you have the daily curriculum to be covered and you have the daily time schedule. Do the add-on courses happen during the time schedule of the college or post that? Because we have of our students are employed outside, so they go outside for employment after the college. So we want to know how best to conduct these add-on courses so that most students are benefited from it, since they are skill development courses and they will also help the students to gain employment or start businesses. That's the first one. The second one is regarding the informal mentoring, sir. how exactly is the informal mentoring accounted for? Because it's informal, it's not supposed to be documented formally. So how is the informal mentoring accounted for? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor, for your question. For the first one, we have skill development program and value added courses. Both are conducted outside the class hours, because we cannot include them in our regular schedule. We have different programs in the regular schedule. For example, soft skill and self-paced programs, and all those such programs are there already. So it will be too much for us to include these programs also. But the college, through the departments, organizes various add-on courses, which is value-added courses and skill development courses after the time schedule. For example, for the shift 2 students, we conducted in shift 1 timing. For the shift 1 students, we conduct it in the shift 2 timings. And we have got various programs. So the students have to register themselves, and they will come to a particular classroom in which it will be handled by the experienced professors. So it is purely optional, and we got very good response. For example, tally program. Okay. So like that, our solar training. So like this, we have got very good, very useful programs, and which are basically value added programs. See, originally, I mean, basically our idea is when a student goes out, he should have not only knowledge, also skills. He should have some technical skills or other skills which would help him to come up in his life. This is what we envisaged. So accordingly, we designed, we put forth all these things in the academic council, and they ratify, and we are conducting such programs. And very good response we could see. Yeah. For example, from the statistics department, they conduct statistical tool for which number of students are there. Like that, every department is organizing 1 or 2 programs throughout the year. Yeah.
So, regarding the informal meeting, it is based on the good rapport between the students and faculty. They will be able to identify the issues faced by the students, and wherever the concerned teacher concerned is able to solve the problem, he will solve with the faculty members of the department and HODs. Otherwise, it will be brought to the trained counselors, and they will provide proper counseling to the students. A good number of informal meetings are conducted in our academic year, but there is no count for teaching or teaching hours for doing this exercise. It will consume more hours of pacifying the students and make them to learn thoroughly and to qualify in the particular course.
Also, I would like to add some more points with his sharing. Professors, we have 2 mentorings. Academic mentoring, that is basically for the improvement of the students' academic performance. Secondly, personal mentoring is there, and each mentor is allotted 20 students to take care of them under his guideship. So each staff, faculty would take care of 20 students. If they have any issues, they send him or her to the counselors. The college has 3 trained counselors to help to guide the students. Besides this, our college is known for the good rapport between the staff members and the students. So with this, the students come to the staff members, and they guide such students either to personal mentoring or the counselors themselves. All the 8 hours, counselors are there in their offices. Now, actually, this year we are also going to start one more PG program, that is MA, Counseling Psychology, and even counseling center we are going to start, with which we can help our students, because nowadays we need more counselors. We also give special training to some of our faculty members who would help our students in such areas. As you know, in my first slides, you would have come across our aim is cura personalis, that is care for persons. We give importance to each student, whether it's in the college or in the hostel. By the way, I also would like to inform you that in the hostels we have counselors. Separate counselors will go in the evening time to help the hostel students in case they have some issues, some problems. They are free to approach him or her for guidance. So in that way, we help them to come up in life and to solve his or her issues. So these are the ways with which we are going about, sir. Yeah.
So,
There are a couple of more
yeah.
questions, sir. Can we take them?
Okay, two more.
Yes, sir, 2 more. Sanjukta Mohapatra. Dr. Sanjukta, you have been unmuted. You may ask a question. Dr. Sanjukta, are you there? Okay, we'll go to the
Next.
Dr. Horne
Yes, sir.
Iona. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. This is Dr. Odd Iona Haverel. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Little louder will be better,
Hello.
ma'am. Little louder.
Yes, little louder.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Father. This is Dr. Horn Iona Haverel from Holy Cross College, Trichy,
Yeah.
your neighbor. And good morning, sir. Alfred, sir. Hats off to your both presentation. No doubt about it. What you do, you present it. I have a query, sir, regarding our online. Now, almost everyone are in the online, Father. How about you? Can you suggest how can we do our practical in online? You have any suggestions like that for especially the science? Do you have anything so that we can get that clarification? We wait for your suggestion.
Yeah. Now, thank you, madam, for this query. Now I have to ask you, what are you doing there in your college? Because all of us are in the same position, the same state, in the same situation. Fine. Thank you for your query. Now, we have given training for our faculty members to take online classes for all the students. And if they don't have the facilities at home, faculty members are invited to come to the college. The college will provide all the facilities. So we have assured them, if they come to the college for help, we would provide all the help for the faculty members, those who are in and around Trichy. For others, some of them they told us that they would get ready for even science teaching. Yeah, we have not come across any issues so far, because today is the first day of our academic activities for this year. So if we come across such problems, we will be able to address them, we will be able to analyze them, and we will be able to sort them out. This is my idea, my suggestion. You want to say?
Okay.
Madam, this is my suggestion to carry out the practicals. If your institution is allowing to carry out the experiment in the department, you can do the actual exercise, how the students are performing in the lab work, carry out the exercise, capture the video, put it in your Google Classroom or Moodle Classroom or whatever it may be. And if something like programming, you can ask them to do the program in the classroom, in house itself. If something like the physics department, the readings can be taken by the faculty, and that readings can be sent to the departments in the report. Ask them to calculate and keep it ready. And once the college is in the regular form, conventional form, you can ask them to record it and give mark. This is simply suggestion, but really tough for the capturing procedure when you do the experiment in the lab.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Last question. One last question, sir. Dr.
Okay, take it.
Yeah. Neelkant Sharma. Neelkant Sharma, you may ask a question. You are unmuted now. Neil,
Okay, Samuel, probably he is not audible.
yes,
So,
sir.
before winding up and handing over the things for a formal vote of thanks, let me thanks and with the presence of mind, Father Xavier, you have a great presence of mind. Both of you are sitting at the same place, and I was just wondering why Dr. Alfred's mic is mute, but still voice is coming. That was and I don't know, both of you sitting. So nice.
That's the greatness of St. Joseph's College.
It's nice, really appreciable. You both have, of course, you people are doing a commendable job. Then only you can speak confidently. And one logo I can see behind you, 175 years old. That is really a praiseworthy. That confidence shows in your face also.
Yeah.
So the best practices which you have elaborated, that is all four best practices you have nicely elaborated about that education and training in nurture, conservation, in development. Specifically, I was very much impressed about your curriculum embedded soft skill program. It's a need of the hour. Good. And if you are practicing the decentralization and participating management, that is also very few institution goes with that concept, sir. So it's appreciable. And career counseling through structured mentoring, that is because the present work is, of course, very defined as volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity, and probably you might be increasing the capability of the students. So all these are praises for you. One question is there for me to you. Okay. And that is something interesting. I hope you will be elaborating in a brief manner. And that question is, how your HEI, it's an old age HEI, okay, how your HEI is beneficial for the upliftment of our economy, which is lagging, which is going southward.
Our institution. Well, pardon me, sir. So, how our institution is helping the country to come up in the economy? Am I right?
Yeah,
GDP.
again, I repeat, how your HEI is your institutions beneficial for the upliftment of our economy, which is basically the need of the people are watching us. Yes,
Fine.
expectation, with lots of expectation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. See, now this question I did not expect, but still, since I have been involved in this administrative position and in the education field for more than 2 decades, I could sense it. See, through the startups or incubation centers, or through the entrepreneurship programs, our college can create a number of, can help the nation building, particularly in the economic process. Okay, we have already a recognized center for our state to help the small entrepreneur centers. Small entrepreneurs, they come here, we give them training, and we also help them to get loans from the government to become entrepreneurs. And that way, they increase the GDP at the national level. One thing. Secondly, as in our future direction, I suggested, since ours is a higher education institution, our Department of Economics, our Department of HRM, our Department of Management Studies can do serious research. Through this serious research, we can contribute to the policymakers, the decision-making bodies, by their serious, because as a higher education institution, we can help in that way. That is my suggestion. That is my idea. We have potential professors. We have capable professors. We are doing good researches, not only in science fields, also in the humanities. I mean, like economics, HRM, management studies, or many subjects. So in that way, we will be able to help the country in the field of, in the aspect of economy. Indirectly, we can surely help the government. Yes.
So nice, sir. Because yeah, that again shows your presence of mind. So many things are expected from the good and old institutions like you, praiseworthy institutions like you. So it is there that there are many ways to help the economy by empowering your human resources, which is coming out through your institution. So all praises for you, both of you, Dr. Alfred ji and Father Xavier. So now I request our Dr. Vinita Sahu, Assistant Advisor with us, to please give a formal vote of thanks. Dr. Vinita.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Before, I would like to propose my vote of thanks with the following quote. As father has also told, and we are talking about the education and all. So this is a very important quote. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So this is really important. So we should somehow we should invest in education. We should invest in knowledge, and that only can make our country a really developed country in all the aspect. So to begin with, first of all, I would like to thanks our honorable director sir, Professor S.C. Sharma ji. Because of his encouragement and guidance, we could make this program successful. And this is in our web practice series, best practice series. This particular presentation or particular webinar is fourth in the series and scheduled on 3rd August. So this is very important. Moving ahead, I would also like to thank the father Xavier sir, St. Joseph College, Trichy, and the IQAC coordinator, Professor Alfred Cecil Raj. I was communicating with both of them, and really they have explained the best practices of their institution in a very explained and detailed manner, and they have answered the queries of the participants and to the panelists also in a very beautiful manner. So thanks to St. Joseph College and its stakeholders. Moving ahead, I also would like to thank all the advisors, deputy advisors and assistant advisors who are energies and minds are behind this program. In particular, I would like to thank the coordinator who are taking a lot of efforts, not only for this particular webinar, but also some webinars we have done in this best practice series. We have already completed, and many more are going to come. So I would like to thanks a great deal of thanks to Dr. Devender Kabde, Deputy Advisor NAAC, and to Professor Chandrasekhar sir, H.V. Chandrasekhar sir, admin consultant NAAC, for making this particular series very important. And then moving ahead, very important role which is being played by our ICT team. So a big note of thanks to Professor Amya Kumar Rath sir, his team, Mr. Samuel, because without ICT we can't make it happen, especially into this situation wherein we all are facing the COVID-19 challenges. So big note of thanks to ICT team. And we would also like to thank Dr. Pratibha Singh, Deputy Advisor. With her, I was also a part of this program. So all of us collectively had made this program a big success. And we hope that in future we would be conducting a series of webinars with relevance to higher education and upliftment of quality in higher education. Last but not the least, I would also like to thank all the participants who has attended this program and made this program a big success. Thank you very much. Thank you to all. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much, sir. for this
So nice,
opportunity.
so nice. So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before ending, one appeal to all the participants. We are continuing with this best practices series of webinar. So continuing with the same, tomorrow we have 5th such webinar. So please participate for your own benefit and spread the message so that the other HA also can benefit. We have to grow in collaboration, coordination with each other. With that message, one thing I take it from today is that focus on one thing and water it, you will definitely get it. So nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Namaste. Samuel, you may end the session.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.